Hello, 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 hello. Everybody get in here. We're going to call this pajama night because I haven't been feeling very good. So I'm wearing my pajamas. So everybody feel free to wear your pajamas. Okay, we're going to do a little. I haven't been feeling very good. So I'm wearing my pajamas. So everybody feel free to wear your pajamas. Okay, we're going to do law and crime. I think I want to do this real live Dexter case here. I was gonna do all kinds of things, but I think this guy, uh, might be our jam, if you get what I'm saying. So I want you to get in here. It's called the Real Life Dexter Case. I haven't had a lot of time to do a whole lot of stuff on him. Excuse me, again, that's the way I look because I have been. Unless I can I lower this thing? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I have been. Hello, Cusbin and Martinez. Okay. I know you've heard about it. Maybe you haven't. But this young gentleman decided he wanted to be a real live Dexter. But he did it for the right reasons. And when I say a real life Dexter, because he, Dexter did the bad guys, right? Not that I'm saying it's okay for him. Nobody commits murder, okay? First thing I want to tell you guys right now. I have only me here in my opinions. Hello, Nicole, and Ashkawana Michelle or something like that. Hello, Pamela, Secret Dragon, and Lisa. Is that Nani Joe? Okay, when we get everybody in here, we're going to talk about the Florida Dexter. I really wasn't going to do this right now, but I'm thinking I want to. I really do. I'm thinking I really want to. However, I'm not going to do him on YouTube because not right now. I'm just trying to remember. Should I do this? Because it is kind of. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Without getting in trouble, getting that banana and all. Hello, country girl, Maria and Kemma, Deetra, and hello, Cusbin again. I know I look really huge right now. I don't know what's going on with I promise y'all I'm only 130 pounds. Hello, Judy and Giovanni. I could be, I am carrying a little swollen because I had a procedure done and they blew up my stomach, so that could be a little bit of that. I don't know. Okay. Now, everybody knows about the Dexter law in Florida with animals. But I don't know. Everybody's like, this is just wrong, but there's a lot of controversy because anybody that is, well, the guy's name is Lucas Jones. He's 19. Okay? And they've been trying to negotiate how they're going to really handle this young man. But before all that happens, I want to tell you guys something. Hi, I'm Diane from Spells and Bells. I will be turning the thing around so that you guys can see what I've got. I'm sorry, I got a cracked door over here, but the boogeyman's not going to get me through my mirror doors, okay? But this is my thing. I wanted to talk about, oh, hello, Lucy, and 2298, and Hippie Chip, and user with a bunch of letters, and LGB, Nancy 4841, Wondaboon. Okay, My name is Diane from Spells and Bells. I am DYAN for True Crime on the YT tube, but y'all know I really have to go over there, and you guys are going to help me because I got to bring it back to life. Okay, now, Lucas Jones is a 19-year-old. We're calling him the modern day Dexter because he literally went after a child CA person. I guess that's the way I can say it. I'm trying to bring her like a banana here because you guys know I always get that banana. Okay. Hello, Carol. Everybody, it's 9 o'clock. It's Tuesday night. It's time for a Lifetime Crime. I want to let you know that this is for educational purposes only. Everything that I have and that I say is alleged. I started to name my broadcast Alleged. So, I might still do that. But I thought tonight we would take it down to a little bit more comfortable. Grab your hot tea. I got my vitamin water. I'm on my phone with you guys. And I'm in my PJs. And I have cute little cows. Can you see my cute little cows? See the little cows? They're so cute. Or are they not cute? They're so cute. You know this is cute. Come on. You know cows are cute. All right. Hello, Jody and Donna. Yes, and I have on my cute little witchy poo top, or the Freedom of Women top, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But everything I see on this podcast is alleged. If you have anyone that is 18 and younger, please use your discretion for your children on what you want them to see and not see. Sometimes I will slip. There will be some illicit. I am going to be talking about a Florida Dexter guys. So anybody that's watched the show Dexter, you know what I'm talking about. So there will be some brutality on that, but I won't be saying it like that. I'm just letting you know this is a very yucky thing. So please, if you don't want your children to see yucky things, do not let them be here on this tonight. Let this be one the kiddies skip tonight, okay? As well as I haven't placed him in the murder book yet, but I will. And hello, Paula. Remember, everybody, we have one more week to go. Hello, Paula. We have a week to go before I can bring in people to co-host with me because I'm going to be on the computer, which are getting it all set up. I'm so excited. It's right here. It's getting itself all charged up and ready to go. It takes this kind of charger, so that lets you know I don't want to pull it out because I want it to be all charged up and ready to go. Okay. Now, I haven't put him in the Dexter book, in the murder book yet, but I do have a little bit of the train of death. I wanted to hit on that a little bit tonight. Nancy Guthrie updates are coming. The USF, yes, they did find Nahida. It was her that when we were talking last week on, the USF beautiful couple that was unalived, in Tampa. I told y'all that they had found a body on Sunday and they confirmed it last Tuesday, but I couldn't say last Tuesday if it was her or not because they did not confirm that until I think it was Wednesday or Thursday that they were, because she went to forensics to the autopsy, and we all know how that goes. Hey girl, oh, I got one of my witchy poos on here. I should go grab my hat. Okay, no, it's not about that. It's about crime time tonight. So here we go. Now, there's this cute kid. His name is Lucas Jones. He's 19 years old. So I'm going to let them tell you where he's at. But he found God, how do you say this without getting in trouble? A essay offender for children? A pedophile? I don't know what you say to you don't go get a banana about that, okay? But it is beyond imaginations because this kid is young. Yeah, I mean he's got the looks. He really does. And all I'm going to say, if you don't mind, is Oh yeah, we gotta get back to the real things. Okay. This is all alleged. This is for educational and entertainment purposes. Anything that I'm telling you right now, you can find online. You can find at the news stations. You can find it through Nancy Grace. I love her. She hasn't covered this case yet, but she's getting to it because, as you know, we've all been about the Bahama Mama with Lynette Hooker. You know, and I don't know about you guys, but just like in the Nancy Guthrie case, all the evidence is leading me to one person. It's an inside job, and I know I can't say it, but you know what I'm thinking. You know, if you've been on this show, I've given y'all the evidence. Most of you agree with me. So, let me pull this guy up on my older than dinosaur iPad, because I complain about this every time, but I'm going to stop complaining one day. I really am. But here we go. Well, I don't want it to say it keeps going to my YouTube channel because it's older than dirt. Hold on. Here we go. And I know this is going to be horrible when I say this, because I really didn't want to cover this until I was quite ready, but it's just too intense. And the more I keep watching it, the more intense it gets. I'm going to pretty much turn you over to Law and Crime here in just a minute. But let me ask you something. Do you think there should be a Dexter law in humans? I'm just saying. You do know there's a Dexter's law in Florida's new animal cruelty penalties in Publix, right? So you can't be. Let's see how it went today. Okay, Florida's Dexter case. Let's see what the summary is, because I was trying to get updates on it. Oh, here we go. Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what I do have. On Lynette Hooker, I am going to break my pattern. Tomorrow I'm going to show you a full layout of Brian and Lynette Hooker's boat. And no, this guy never came back. He never came back to look for his wife. He never came back to look for his wife. Okay? So, when this young gentleman, Lucas Jones, and his girlfriend, but his girlfriend is playing the fifth, okay? So, she's just, I think she's going to be charged too, because I think, she was the ride and all that. But this guy found out about, this guy had a case earlier, and he never got tried for it, and he got let loose. And he did not register, the victim did not register for, you have to sign this sex registry when you are a pedophile. I don't know how to say that, but just in case, don't nobody turn me in. And so this guy, Lucas Jones, found him, and let's just let that trail there for about 5 minutes, okay? Then we're going to continue on with the whole story. Now, the next thing I told you guys that I wanted to let you guys in on is they're going to start reviewing the Nancy Guthrie case. They're going to have to start all the way from the first 48 hours. Dun-dun-dun. But we know Chris Nanos, we know he did not do that, that he thought she was a split and run, though she could barely walk to the mailbox and back. So, also, if you haven't emailed Monk or watched Monk's Intrigue, you do know that he's found a wheel to like a trolley, and I'm going to show him tonight too. I got to do all this. I'm going to do all this for you tonight, okay? I'm just a little bit out of breath because today was treatment day, and I had that procedure. Then they had to go and do some more stuff for me, and you can tell because I'm all black under the eyes and everything. I'm sure my friend Paula knows, because she knows how I'm supposed to really look, all old and sexy and stuff, but you get it. All right. to no further ado here, we're going to get on to this Florida Dexter guy. And I am so intrigued with this Florida Dexter guy. I don't know why. I think because we've all said, if I was going to do that, that's why we all like Dexter. It wasn't because he was going around, even though we know what he was doing was wrong, because we have that morality code. We know it's wrong. But, you shouldn't be messing with kids. Right? I mean, why do you want to mess with kids and old people and animals? I mean, what the hell is that? But, I'm not saying it's right. I don't want to be on the thing saying it's right. And you guys is fixing to go sideways. Yeah, I know you're going sideways. You're going over here to Mr. TV. Ooh, let me get him up here. And you're going to be all sideways for a minute because, that's what I do. I make y'all work for this, right? You know it. Okay. Now, where we at? You got it? All right, first let me let him play. Here we go. We're going to go right down here to this beautiful guy right here. You see him? He is the Florida Dexter guy. Hold on.
In the tall grass of a remote part of Florida. The evidence against him may seem strong, but because of who his alleged victim is, some have actually taken his side, comparing him to the TV show Dexter. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart.
I told you I was going to turn you over to Chris. I can't wait till I get my computer up and running.
Real quick, before we get into this episode, I want to talk about the app Upside. It gets you cash back.
Do y'all want to watch this commercial?
And takeout.
All right.
Here's what you do.
Me either. Dun, 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 and then it's over.
Bonus on every gallon.
It does it to us again.
It's 19 years old, but that does not appear to be bothering him too much based on what we saw in court. Take a look at this. This is video of 19-year-old Lucas Sander Jones. He is appearing in court on charges including murder. And shockingly, he looks right at the camera and flashes his eyebrows. This is video per 6 News out of Orlando. Now, what will make this even more shocking is when I tell you what he's accused of doing.
I never said I was a camera guy.
Let's go back to March 20th and break this down. I have the court documents in this case, and they are chilling. Police say around 5:30 that night, a 28-year-old man named Coley Lee Daniel is seen going to a house on Watson Drive in Indialantic, Florida. It's in Brevard County. There is surveillance footage, police say they have, of Daniel entering that home. He never comes out. A search warrant says that Daniel told his parents that he would be back for dinner, but he never came. About 4 hours later, his parents went to that house on Watson Drive looking for their son, and the person who
That's
answered
Lucas
the door,
Jones.
reportedly,
They're calling him the modern day Dexter.
in the courtroom video raising his eyebrows. 19-year-old Lucas Sander Jones. Daniel's parents got to that house because they followed his iPhone on the Find My iPhone tracker after he left his iPad at their home. They said that they would not leave that house without seeing their son, and it was actually Jones, police say, who called them. Now, according to the affidavit, this is where things get weird. Jones apparently said that Daniel was inside the house, but he wasn't going to let the parents in. Police then searched the area around the home, and they never found Daniel. And on top of that, Jones's girlfriend arrives at that house on Watson Drive, and police say that Jones told her not to say anything. Police say when they got on scene, Jones was actually allegedly cleaning things up. So let's go to the next day, early hours of the morning. Police say that's when a red Honda Accord that Jones's girlfriend was driving was seen going westbound over this bridge around 2:30 in the morning. Police say a bag of evidence was allegedly dropped by train tracks. Later that morning, police go back to the home on Watson Drive. And Jones answers the door once again, but this time police say he looked, quote, disheveled, red on the arms and chest, and had puffiness under his eyes and visible bruising, contusions to his shoulder and neck area. Police say after they left, Jones also left. This time, he was carrying at least 2 Rubbermaid storage totes and at least 1 black suitcase in the back seat of his girlfriend's car, according to the affidavit. Now, as this behavior is going on, Coley Lee Daniel is missing. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about his background in just a moment. And look, it's a concerning one.
He's the victim slash bad guy? I don't know. I'm not supposed to say that.
22nd,
That's the guy that got it. The victim.
March 28th, police say they were called to an area in Brevard County that is known as the Compound. It's an area that reportedly sees a lot of illegal dumping. It's a vast area, and it's a remote part of land. Someone in that area, though, noticed buzzards flying around a black suitcase that was lying on the ground in the tall grass. Police say inside the suitcase there were partial remains of a human body. There was also an Amazon package, and that package was addressed to Lucas Sander.
I mean, he didn't act like, he did not act like, hold on.
At that home, and they found blood and
Okay. Okay. I'm not going to be messing with the phone too much because we know what happens when I do. So I'm going to creep up here like some monster. Okay, you can see my eyes? Okay. I want you to understand something. I understand what this kid was trying to do in a way, but I want to say this real quick, okay? He should have watched the movie Dexter because I don't think he got that plastic thing down. You know, that room, that unaliving room Dexter does. Also, I don't think that suitcase was too smart either, especially leaving your Amazon package in it. I don't know. Was he trying to get caught? I mean, that could be a possibility. I don't know. I do know you don't leave an Amazon package with your name and address on it in the unalive person's suitcase that you have the unalive person in. Then again, I'm still trying to figure out why he didn't do the plastic thing. I mean, you are in Florida. I mean, you're supposed to know the buzzards and the wildlife around here goes crazy with, you know, trying to eat, especially now with the drought going on. The gators are trying to eat the other gators, for the love of God. Do you see what I'm saying here? But we're going to get back right now to the Dexter.
Several parts of the house. Now, to this point, the body parts that were found in the suitcase and the blood in the home, they weren't linked to anybody officially. But again, Daniel was missing. Lucas's girlfriend, at that point, allegedly asked police to talk. And that's when this case became even more disturbing. She said on the night that she arrived at Jones's house when police were there, she went inside and she did see blood in the home. And then her boyfriend, Lucas Jones, told her a chilling line. Quote, "I killed somebody and cut him up." She said, quote, Jones told her he murdered him with a baseball bat and cut up his body with a cleaver, a saw, and a knife. He then placed his remains in 2 separate suitcases and 2 large Rubbermaid totes. When she arrived at the home on the evening of March 20th, Jones had already cleaned up most of the blood inside the home, but she still saw blood in the grout, the carpet rugs, and baseboards, and the wall outside.
Now, right about here, when you the girlfriend and you hear that famous line, "I unalive somebody and I cut them up," do you know what you're supposed to do? Honey, I think you know what? I forgot my coffee in the car. Be right back. And you get in it and you don't come back. That's what you do. You don't help participate in it. So, honey, if you're out there and you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you walk up and you see some red substance somewhere and a guy tells you that, or a woman, you make haste to get the fork out of Dodge. Because if not, you're going to be like this young lady sitting right beside her boyfriend, who they're now calling the Dexter. So what are they calling her? The Dexterette? I don't know. You tell me.
In his bedroom. She also noticed one tile outside of his bedroom was cracked and dented in the shape of a head. She also allegedly told police that Jones admitted the man he killed was Coley Lee Daniel. All right, so let's get into why Jones allegedly targeted Coley Lee Daniel. So this is Daniel's page on the Florida Department of Law Enforcement website for sex offenders. In 2018, he was convicted of lewd and lascivious battery of a victim between the ages of 12 and 15. And this is Daniel's picture from 2017 in the court documents related to that case. And when we looked up the case that happened in 2017, we saw that he pleaded guilty to that sex crime. And according to an arrest affidavit, Daniel was 19 years old, and he was arrested for forcing himself and performing oral sex on an underage.
Oh my God! Did not say
Daniel
that. Chris
admitted to
did.
police
Chris
that he
said
forced
that.
himself on the victim. In fact, he told police he knew the victim was underage and that what he did was illegal. And police go on to write, quote, "In fact, Coley Lee Daniel told me I usually try to keep it legal when I asked him if he has had a sexual relations with any other juveniles." So fast forward nearly a decade later, and Daniel was allegedly murdered by this man, Lucas Sander Jones. And the reason, according to Jones's girlfriend, who was speaking to law enforcement, quote, "The days following from the 20th of March, he told her he killed Daniel because he was a sex offender and he wanted to kill him." Daniel's record has made this case polarizing to some. Some have dubbed Jones a real-life Dexter, a nod to the serial killer TV character who goes after criminals who have escaped justice. And adding to that comparison, a chilling piece of evidence from inside the house. Police allege that Jones cleaned up the crime scene by pouring Drano down the drains to clean up biological matter evidence, and they also say he kept microscopic slides with the DNA of Coley Lee Daniel. But when you think of the comparison to the TV show Dexter, in this case, it is important to note that Daniel was convicted and he pleaded guilty in this case. And he did once fail to re-register as a sex offender in 2021. But other than that, it seems he had been following the orders of the criminal justice system since he pleaded guilty back in 2018. It's unclear at this point how Jones met Daniel. Jones's girlfriend claimed that Jones had printed out a list of nearby sex offenders, and she also says that Jones's mom reportedly threw the printed list out before police executed a search warrant. Initially, Jones's girlfriend told police a story that she saw Daniel alive, but now she was taking that back. Quote, "The week following the homicide, Jones coached her and told her what to tell law enforcement, which is why she provided the previous statement. She described how he would conduct research on body language and how to conceal deception. He would remind her frequently how she needed to act, saying things such as how she needed to go to work, conduct her daily routines, and act as though everything was normal." This is video that was released by the Palm Bay Police Department of Lucas Jones being brought into the county jail to face charges of murder. The medical examiner confirmed that the body parts that were found in the suitcase did belong to Coley Lee Daniel. It goes on to say, quote, "Furthermore, the results of the autopsy reflected a manner of death as a homicide, and the cause of death is currently undetermined due to the unknown whereabouts of the entirety of Coley Lee Daniel's body. Evidence obtained during the autopsy showed extensive and severe post-traumatic as well as post-mortem injuries indicative of experimental dismemberment, extreme mutilation consistent with significant force and intentional disfigurement. As stated, the medical examiner ruled the manner of death a homicide. However, the cause of death is unspecified, but multiple blunt force injuries to his head and extremities prior to death. Also, his upper extremities had evidence of pre-mortem.
Okay, did I hear that right? They don't know the cause. Okay. Either he got loss of blood, or he got yanked, or he got beat to death. We know he wasn't pew-pewed. So, what are they trying to figure out? I know you need the whole thing, the whole body, to give you the whole information. Well, I feel, you know what? I should call myself for eyes only. Okay. So, let me see. They're calling it a homicide. He repeated that 3 times, which wants me to ask myself this question. Why wouldn't it be a homicide? I mean, why wouldn't it? Please make it make sense. If you find something disassembled and unalive, I don't think they did that to themselves. And if they did, that would be like, wow. Okay. But we know this is not the case. So, yes, you damn well gonna put the word homicide on there, right? I know I would. I mean, I don't think if anybody's gonna be unaliving themselves like that. Because if they did, that would just be plumb bad. I'm just saying. I'm just putting my 2 cents in there. But really, you got to ask yourself if it's a homicide. Dude was put into a suitcase and a bag. What do you think happened? Okay, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't understand what's wrong with our legal system this day.
Defensive wounds. Then, once again, here's Jones in court looking at the camera and raising his eyebrows.
And see
Jones
who's
is
right
charged
beside
with
him?
tampering or fabricating physical evidence, abuse of a dead body, transport of a human body in an unauthorized container, and murder.
Right beside him's his girlfriend.
Depraved, without premeditation. All right, joining us now to talk about this case, where it could go next, is Lisa Miller, retired detective, former chief investigator. Always great to have you here on Law and Crime. Lucas Jones. I mean, when you look at this, and I'm sure you've investigated
like
some
a
very scary
baby.
people in your day, and you just think of, no matter who the victim is in this case, what he's accused of doing. I mean, reading through this, the thought that he put into it, but also seeing him in court, and it seems like he doesn't particularly care about what he's done, allegedly. What stands out to you about him?
You know, what he and the face he made to the camera when he made his court appearance, what that brought to my mind initially was many years ago when I was at Quantico for some extended training. I sat in with the BAU for a while, and one of the old BAU guys told me, if you ever
Behavior
look
analysis
in the
unit.
face of evil, you're gonna know it. And at that point in time, I had looked at some bad people. I don't know that I had actually looked at evil. And the first time I looked in the eyes of evil, I thought of this gentleman and exactly what he said. And then this face that this young man made to the camera, kind of thought the same thing. It's like, wow, there's not a lot of remorse being shown here, is there?
No, and I know people have kind of made the comparisons to Dexter.
Please say
especially
something
when people
about
like
the
keeping DNA
plastic room
slides
or the
of
unalive room.
someone's, keeping microscopic slides of someone's DNA. But it also stands out to me that it's not like he did that good of a job of hiding it.
Yes.
It seems like for the investigators, this was not someone who covered their tracks really well. I mean, this was, they found Coley Lee Daniel, or, it's odd to say, but at least most of him. And then it seems like there's a lot of evidence in the house that he wasn't able to clean up.
Okay. I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to bring this somewhere, or I'm not. I don't know. I'm going to turn it sideways. I know I'm not. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Oh my God, I'm so tired of this phone. Y'all just keep talking. There we go. Now, I got to say something about this. If I'm upside down, I understand. I got you. But this Corey Lee Davis, so let me see if I got this right. Lucas Jones, the 19-year-old, printed out a sheet of all these SA offenders, and he was the first one. So he goes to his house, to the victim's house, and does whatever he's got to do. And while he's doing whatever he's got to do, the victim's parents show up. Now, either this guy's the unluckiest kid in the world, or all the fates and the line is coming together. Because I don't understand how that, that's quick. Then he doesn't let them in their own kid's house. Number one, I'm coming through that door like a friggin' pit bull. Don't you be telling me I ain't coming in my kid's house. I don't think so. Because you know something ain't right. You feel it. I'm coming in that door, and I most certainly ain't gonna walk away without calling the popo. Am I the only one that feels like that? And again, I want to mention, you have to do better research. Not that I'm going to tell you guys how to do something, but if you're going to copy somebody, you better get all their MOs together, man. I mean, you never do it at their house. You never do it at your house. And my understanding, Dexter never did anywhere near. He always scoped out a vacant building or an abandoned warehouse or whatever, and then set up all them plastic stuff and all that tape. And then he did his business. And he told them why. He would show them pictures of their victims. I mean, did Corey Lee Daniels get to see his victim on the wall? Did he have a picture? I'm just still trying to figure this one out. I mean, I'm reading that The New Evil with Gary Bahaco, Broccakaio, something like that. Anyway, I love him. He's on the Interview Room. And he does this behavior. I hate when people say, oh, I was in the BAU. That's great. What the hell is the BAU? Well, it's Behavior Analysis Unit. Why can't they just tell you that? Right? Okay. I know these things because I was in law enforcement, and by no means was I be doing all that now. I mean, I came across some really bad stuff, but I didn't come across no Dexter stuff. Not in law enforcement. So, but anyway, my understanding is after he did all that, he cleaned everything up, spick and span. He done had his unalignment disassembled, and he put them in little trash bags. Then he got on his merry boat, and he went out in Miami into the ocean there, and then he did his, that's where he did his drops off. Okay. Now, I'm just not getting it lately. Why is everybody going to the bridge, dropping stuff off? And y'all know that when the body starts to, it starts to decompose, it gets a lot of gases, which blows everything back up to the top. I mean, you have to know which organs to puncture and whatever so they don't rise. Anyway, I'm not going to go through that because then this is not here's how to do a killing on here. This is not it. What we're discussing right now is Lucas Jones, 19, and his girlfriend, who unalived a guy by going to his house and doing the deed. And what is it with all this disassembly lately? Harold, the guy, I can't say his last name, in Tampa, that did Zamil and Nahida, the 26-year-old couple that was going to USF. One was in chemical engineering and one was into agriculture engineering or something like that. Very good people. They came all the way from another country to come here to the United States, and their fellow person from that country is the one that unalived them. They're going to come all that way, and we're housing the murderer. Yeah. This was a beautiful, beautiful couple, too. Do I have them on my... Where's my older than dirt? Let me see. I might have pictures of Zamil and Nahida. But they were disassembled. Well, Zamil was almost disassembled so he could fold in half and be to fit in a bag. Waiting on all the reports to come in on Nahida. We do know that she was unalived. That's not even a question. It was her. I kind of knew it was her when they said they found her on the same bridge. If someone says no, it's no, man. Walk away. It's no. No, they don't want you. Go on, find you somebody else. And this couple they traveled all the way over here from their country and to get a formal education from the United States of America. I don't even have words for it. Just do something with their lives for someone who dropped out of the USF and had issues. I'm so sick of that word, had issues. You have issues? Go see a shrink. Go outside and smoke yourself nature's pagoda. I mean, go and go to sleep. What in the world has gotten into the whole world where they've got to just kill everybody? There's no divorces anymore. I mean, there's nothing anymore. What's happened when you wanted to part from your partner? You got a divorce and you both went on. I mean, nowadays you want a divorce? You want a divorce? I got a hitman's number right here in my black book. Let me just look it up right now. What the hell? I don't even have words. That's all I can say is I don't even have words. I don't have words. Because at the end of the day, and I hate to say this, but at the end of the day, you're going to get found out. Just like Nancy Guthrie. They think they're sitting in here. And Miss Nancy Guthrie, who's missing in Tucson, Alabama, Arizona, she's been missing for 3 months now. She went missing on February the 1st. Okay? She's 84 years old. Missing from her house in the middle of the night. Where is she? I mean, everybody's disassembling everybody now. Is that the new thing? I mean, I don't understand. And these boyfriends and girlfriends, all because I can't have him, you can't have him either. You might get that, honey, but you're going to jail, and I promise you, jail is hell. Unless you got a lot of money, or you one dangerous Muhammad Mama. And let me tell you something, you are not going to be that dangerous when you come to jail. Because as big and bad as you are, there's always something bigger and badder. Believe me on that. So, I'm looking for these beautiful children. I want you to see their face because my heart goes out to their family. They did everything right. Oh my God. Beautiful students. Beautiful. And again, they did everything right. They were paying their bills. They were going to school. They were studying. This is them. Can you see them? This is Zamil and Nahida. They were the students in Tampa. Both are 26 years old. Both going to college at the USF in Tampa. And you know what bothers me? Why they're getting killed and dumped off the opposite bridge where I was at. I was at the hospital with my baby brother, overlooking the Davis Bridge, and Zamil and Nahida were both found at the Franklin Harrison Bridge in Tampa. I sent y'all pictures and video, but it was the wrong bridge. But it was the bridge right across from it, so you can see. Such a beautiful area for something like that to happen. I don't get it. You people tell me. Do you get it? I don't get it. I just don't. I don't get it. I'm trying to. I've been trying to. I was broken hearted over Zamil and Nahida. Because they had came so far from their country, and I can't say it, Bangladesh, I can't say it, I know I can't say it, Bangladesh, anyway, they came all the way from there together to go to college, to have a life together, and their families, they did everything to get their children over here. I can't even think about it anymore. It just breaks my heart. I mean, I think this was April the 7th. And the 11th, this guy, Haheem, I cannot say his last name. If somebody is, I can spell his last name is Abugharbieh. Is that Abrahappy? I don't know. I need my friends here. They always do my speaking for me when I don't know how to spell something properly or say it. He was on Amazon getting trash bags and duct tape, lighter, fuel. And then he was door dashing Lysol wipes and stuff to clean up with. This guy with Zamil and Nahida. So he knew what he was going to do it, because they didn't even come up missing until what, the 12th or the 13th. So that's premeditation to me. That's premeditation. That's the electric chair for me. I'm sorry. If I could find, they arrested him. And this is the guy. This is the guy right here. They got him. He's in a blue towel. Now let me tell you about that blue towel. The same day that this happened, they got, the popo was called to his house. Domestic disturbance, right? Because he was trying to SA a family member. A younger family member of that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. I ain't gotta be all into that. And then a couple hours later, he's arrested for, because he's a murderer of hope. Because that's what them two college students were. They were hope for the future. We are going to pass on. So we want to leave behind our youth that's going to keep things going and running. Not to these crazy people who think chop chop and you're gone. I mean, what is this? I thought Arizona was a chop shop market of the century, of the whole world here. Besides, I think it is. Is it Japan or is that Iraq? Okay. But here, we are, and it looks like Florida's becoming the next chop shop. I don't understand. Now, if you were listening to me earlier, I promised to give you some updates on Nancy Guthrie and the Lynette Hooker case. When they were going through the boat, Soulmate, and now it is a 48-foot cabin sailboat. So when you go in to the sailboat, you have the captain's station, which is right here, your port side, and then you have your starboard side. Okay, so right here in the middle, you have what they call the control center, and it was fully covered, and it had roll-ups, so you could let the breeze come in, and it had remote control on it, not just on the wheel. It had marine vision? Anyway, it comes out with an autopilot, so you have backup. One fails, the other one kicks in. All right. It also had solar panels, so you're never going to be without electricity. And it had every kind of technology there was available, and then some, on that boat. So if that boat moved, with outside of anchor bounds, it was recorded. And I'm getting all that stuff together for us, all that footage together. Do you think that was someone shooting at each other, maybe with the flare gun? Because it didn't go up. What I'm looking at when I'm watching the film or the video from one of the Bahamas person's camera, because he was away on vacation. When he got back, he turned over some video, and what I think I'm seeing is, and we're going to go over this, we'll go over this tomorrow night, or yeah, tomorrow night. I want to go over some footage with you about the Bahama Mama Lynette Hooker, because her daughter is absolutely, and her mother is absolutely devastated. And she does have a stepdaughter that is also thinks things are sketchy. Because I'm telling you now, if you are bounced out in water, no matter how high the waves are, in a dinghy, and you have the kill switch, and let me explain this. You know, like the jet ski, when you pull, the reason why you have that little thing around your wrist, and you're on a jet ski, zoom, 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 and then if something happens and you let go, it kills the engine and it circles, because if not, it's just going to keep running and causing havoc, right? So that's what they had on the dinghy. And it couldn't have been, I don't know the correct size motor, but I'm going to say it was either a 2, 4, or 6. I don't think it was any bigger than that. So, I don't know. I will find out more information about that. But what we do know is he lawyered up. He is not in California. He's back in Michigan. And I don't know what he's not doing back in the Bahamas, trying to figure out where his wife is. Unless he already knows. There is that. But I'm allegedly saying this stuff. Okay? Allegedly. I am by no means accusing anybody. Just like with Miss Nancy Guthrie, God please somehow let's bring her home in any way that is possible, because her family needs closure. And yes, I do think it's an inside job. I keep going over the evidence. It keeps me up at night, Miss Nancy does, because her spirit and her soul has no peace until this is done. And truthfully, I don't think any of us out here is going to have any rest either. We're all invested in this. I mean, it's been 3 months, and we keep waiting for something. For the love of God, is she in someone's freezer? Is she underground? Where the crap doodle is she? Why would you not have the Cajun Navy come out here and help you look? It's just not making sense to me. Please, somebody help me make it make sense. I mean, I would go over Prima County and nanos, no nanos here, or whatever, and be looking for my mama. Unless there's something close to the chest now. I'm going to say this, being in law enforcement or anything that you've got to keep on a secret down low, you have to keep things close to your chest. You've got to keep them because just like you're watching me, and I watch other people's podcasts and stuff, he's watching, or they are watching. And if it comes down to it, people are unaliving their own family members. They're unaliving their best friends. They're unaliving their husbands and wives that they have known for years. They're unaliving their children, their parents, everything. There is nothing sacred anymore. I mean, I could go on next Tuesday and give you 5 to 10 stories of nothing but family unaliving family. One. Boom, 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 right after the other. You've got Lazy Peterson. You've got the Chris Watts case. We have that guy that just in New Orleans who just unalived 7 children. His children and the neighbors. what was the girl's name in Miami? That was hiring. She thought was a hitman for her fiance. Oh, I gotta look that up. Anyway, can you believe that she married him, took him away from his wife, and then she hired hitman to unalive him. But they got caught on to that because she got turned in. So you understand what I'm saying. This is not something new. If they used to be where they take it, not only do they want to take you out, they take them out. I don't understand why they don't take themselves out first. I don't know why they got involved, the whole family. But I gotta find that guy's name. It's gonna drive me crazy now. Uh, uh, she was in Miami. They started a fitness um, centered up there in Miami. What was her name? I can't think. What was it? Plant City? In Plant City. Wait a minute. What was that? I know y'all don't want to hear this, but I'm going to have to pull this up. Because in Plant City, just before I came on air, I was listening to something called my little ear tuner up here. It says 4 family members, including 2 young children, were unalived in local locations just streets apart. Plant City residents are left shaken. Okay, we got you. We understand. This is what's happening now. Over here in Hutchinson Island, about a month ago, son unalived his father over a dog. Over a dog. So please don't tell me that it don't happen, because it does. It does. I mean, look at the list guy. And how many years was that? In the 70s? He unalived 3 of his children, his mother, and his wife. Went off and lived a happy life somewhere in the Keys. Years later, and they finally got him. Because this is not something new, folks. Please be careful who you get in a car with. Please be careful family members you let stay the night. If you got beef with them, they need to go to a hotel for right now. Or you need to be locking your door and get your Godzilla dog, which mine's not going to help us right now because mine's over here in a coma. So unless somebody comes and opens the door, I'll let you sneak in and see her. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Ready? Dun, 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 dun. Can you see it? No? Okay. She's very cautious about that. And if my girlfriend Paula's on here, she'll tell you, this dog really believes you're going to steal her soul. We don't know. We don't know. Look at this. You see them eyes coming? She's got her head on my murder book. Now this one, this is the cutie pie. This is Aunt Polly's favorite right here. Ooh, this is Aunt Polly's favorite right here. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying. You guys understand you're not safe. I know everybody says, oh, she's paranoid. Yep, you damn right I am. I've seen it. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, brought it home. Oh my goodness. Now, let's talk about something we always talk about before I close. Do be careful. I don't care if you're a man or woman. It's just the plain facts. When you go to bed, check and double check your windows and your doors. And if you're not sure, they make sticks at Home Depot. You do like back in the old days, like we had to do in the old houses. You get them sticks in the window. They can't raise them suckers. Those are lock-proof, and they are a stick. I have them all in my house just to make sure. Not to mention alarms and security systems and cameras. Because you know somebody, and I keep everything spotless because you're going to leave a thumb track somewhere. You're going to leave something up in my house, and it will be something that's new because everybody knows how I am. Again, I love everybody. Thank you for joining me. I think it has been awesome. You always make it an awesome adventure. In about a week, I have my computer now. We're getting it all charged up and ready to go. I'll be able to have some co-hosts. Maybe we'll have a night of the minds. I did want to do that. I tried that on Zoom, but it's not going to allow. It will allow us all to do it, but you have to pay a fee. And I know that there's a lot of my users on here that we don't have money. I'm one of y'all, and a dollar saved is a dollar earned right now in these times, especially if you gotta buy gas. So, I know there can be no peace without war, no dark without light. And I get it. But we can look out for each other, right? We can do that. Especially in this cyber world we're all living in. We have a whole world that's against us already. We do not need to be ugly to each other in this. Don't be mean. Be kind. And pass it forward. You never know when it's going to come back to you. Okay? But I'm going to do a co-host day and open up for a whole 2 days and co-host as long as I can, as many people as I can when I get my computer up, because I have so many people that have been so gracious and wanted to come in and co-host with me. And now I'm learning you because I've been invited into your lives. And so I go to your lives and I get to learn more people. So I'm getting there. I'm still kind of new at all this technology, which you guys have been very grateful and graceful with, because I still have my TV Max over here who does most of my thing because I don't know how to edit, and I'm on a phone older than the dinosaur. It belonged to my daughter who passed. I'm having a hard time giving it up. I have a savings little thing that I'm going to buy myself another phone, but I don't have to tell you how much an iPhone is, so I can get things just over and still have her phone and keep it alive as long as I can. I have my son's phone as well, but his screen's all cracked, and I leave it on by his bed because his friends and his fans still call him, and I don't empty the messages. So I've told everyone to make sure they go and do the text messaging, and I will keep it on as long as I can so that they can text him because they miss him. And I understand that because I still do the same thing too. And sometimes just to hear his voice. You get it, right? Both my children are, as you know, my son Slade lost the battle to cancer last year in October, and my daughter met the wrong person that didn't know how to say no, and did not know how to separate from whatever. So they're both not here. Her or her ex-boyfriend, and she passed in 2019. So that's that. I do have. Oh! Shit. Hold on. I got a puzzle piece. Damn it. Oh. Ah! Oh my God. Where do I go when they have a puzzle piece? Does anyone know? All right. So I'm going to leave you with this. Next week, we're going to get some actual footage of the boat before they bought it, still in Texas. And there's some footage that the guy's now home from vacation that he has distributed. So I'm going to get that. I'm probably going to put that on my trusty iPad and hope it holds up. And also we're going to find out more about this Florida Dexter guy because it's intriguing. You got to admit that's intriguing. I'm sorry, it's intriguing. I mean, I really would have thought, wow, if the guy would have had it on the live room, they would have been plastic. I mean, he got the slides. Not that I'm saying hip hip hooray or anything. I mean, you can't go around unaliving people. People, no, 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 no. And remember, if they're not going to be judged here, they will be judged in some other universe. Right? We're all accountable for ourselves. I think. Is that K, baby? I don't know, Reheart. And there's a bunch of emoji guy. I see him all the time. Hello, bunch of emoji guy. He's got a double and something else there. And then I have my 726 guy. And I have, oh my God, I have a Marie. I have a, oh my God, it's got to stop moving. Let me go back down. I have a Danielle and a Bisque. I'm trying to call y'all real quick. A Faith. Is that Faith? Faith? Okay, Faith. I have Brian Miller. Oh, hello, Brian. Okay. I got to invite the Cherry Kiss Tear. Okay, that's interesting. Glitter Sparkle. Gabreth or Gabrielle or something. Judy. Oh my God, you guys, it's moving so fast. I'm trying. Nemo. Roman Angel. Okay, I just slowed it down. Invite Idaho Mountain Mama. Zepco. Is that a piece of corn? Is that your name, Corn? Gorman. Hello, Gorman. Gorman, don't give up because you're coming on here as soon as I get that computer running. King David. Oh, hello, Paula. Okay. Don't worry, be happy. I love that. I love that. Hello, Michaela. Or is that KK? Because I only know one teacher named KK. So, here we go. Lock your doors and windows. Right? Man or woman, make sure you have some kind of weapon to defend yourself when you're getting in and out of your car. Look underneath your car before you get in there. Make sure you lock your doors. Always look in the back of the thing. Nobody wants to be attacked from the back seat person. Okay? Alright. When you get to your door, if you live alone, make sure, buy a dog, people. Buy a dog. Okay. Just saying. Make sure you have some kind of security system, a ring camera, something that you know somebody's not in your house. All right. I always leave a little hidden thing around for doors and stuff, so I know if it's been open or not. You need to do that. That's a military trick. Let me tell you what you do. You take a piece of tape and you put it somewhere that only you know where it's at. And if it's been disturbed, somebody's been in your house. Or you could do the old spray it with hairspray. The doorknob. You put a piece of plastic over your doorknob. Saran wrap. Spray it with a little bit of hairspray. Then put you some baby powder on it. You can see the prints then. Even if they got gloves, it'll be smeared. Just saying, just saying, just saying. Okay. You want to booby trap somebody? I'm your girl. And always do like we did in the old days. Pots and pans on the doors, man. Pots and pans. Man, pots and pans. Those still work no matter where you're at. All right. I want to tell you a good night, and then remember what we're going to be working on. And then next week I'll tell you what we're working on, because the following week we should be going and co-hosting. So you'll be caught up on what you need to be caught up on, so we can talk about it and tell me what you think and put your views on here. You know, because we will be talking about the same thing and you'll have a different opinion than me. And I love that, outside the box. I really like that. So, be safe, be careful, watch where you go, watch who you know. Watch out for these computer dating apps. Okay? Alright. Love to you all. This is Diane signing off from Spells and Bells and YT Diane, DYAN, for True Crime, which you guys are going to help me build up, because when we start doing the co-hosting thing, we're going to start co-hosting, hopefully, where I can shoot it over to my YT. Alright. Good night, loves. I will see you later. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to do the crocodile dance, because I got no fancy stuff over here, ma'am. I ain't got no remote to cut my TV in.